Mazel Morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast.
Joshy, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you recently?
Oof, gosh, I fall a lot. I fall a lot in front of people.
I stub my toe a lot, Josh. I like it's bad. Should I show you? I don't have to whip out my feet. We'll get flagged on YouTube, and we have too good of an episode coming up.
Flagged in a good way.
I have totally. We'll end up on RedTube. I have a bad cut. I have a really bad cut. Like this was like not like a bad, like oh it hurt, stubbed my toe. Like I slashed open my second toe.
What?
Really fucking bad. And it's embarrassing. My wife just looks at me. I'm looking up at the sky like, why God? Why me? And she looks at me just like big and goofy. I stub things all the time. You fall?
Yeah, no. I fall. I'm a big faller. And I'm basically I'm a walking embarrassment, Ben. Like there's very little I can do about it. I'm that dude. I'm loud at the wrong times and I'm quiet at the wrong times. If there's a fire, I'm like, what's everyone upset about? Otherwise, I can't keep my mouth shut.
Well, speaking of a fire, Josh, we have an insane guest on today. You might not think he's insane when you hear that we have Spencer Pratt on, but you're forgetting that we don't have the Hills Spencer Pratt on. We don't have Hummingbird Spencer Pratt on. We don't even have Heidi Montag's #1 fan Spencer Pratt on. We have future mayor of Los Angeles Spencer Pratt on, and let me tell you, it's insane. Go to the intro.
Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A mother's dream, premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine, it's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys, we're just so good guys. Whoa.
He's going to be our mayor. I live in a city where Spencer Pratt is the mayor, and I'm lucky.
I was going to say, if he's not the mayor, Josh, I'm sorry. I just full transparency, we're recording this intro after being with him. He's great. He just wants everything that you want, Los Angeles. It's with Spencer Pratt. It's sitting right there. You want safe, clean streets, less corruption, accountability, dogs, friendly dog. It's the most genius move. He's pet friendly too. Nobody else talks about the pets.
No one else talks about the pets. And I think that the man has his eye on the prize. He's forged. I know he's a hummingbird guy, but maybe the flying animal that needs to represent him is a phoenix. Because from the ashes, this guy's forged in fire.
God! Josh, you have to reach back out. It needs to be a phoenix. It does. It does. It absolutely does. And his VP needs to be somebody from Harry Potter.
Yes, Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix. Maybe he gets Barbossa from the Phoenix Suns. You know?
Oh, my God. Where is Leandro Barbosa?
Maybe he gets Amari Stoudemire, which was his last team before he became a full Chabadnik.
Literally, he sells kosher wine.
He reads the Parsha on IG Live.
I know.
He's a better Jew than both of us.
No, it's amazing. He went all in. New York really changed him. But yeah, Spencer was wonderful. And I can't wait for you guys to hear.
I'm excited. Do you think we should do a quick weird news?
Yeah, let's do some weird news before we bring in Spencer.
Well, you know what? We've got plenty of weird news today. And one of those is, can you still eat at McDonald's for less than $10? How to beat rising prices at 5 top fast food chains. Did you know that fast food is up 56%? It's outpaced inflation. You believe this?
I didn't. And the idea that there's an article saying, how do you eat McDonald's for less than $10 when I think that's very easy to do must mean I haven't been to a McDonald's recently.
Did you know that a tummy troubling tale is that $18 is how much a Big Mac combo costs?
What? $18 for a Big Mac combo?
So if you want to go cheap at McDonald's, you're going to have to stick to the McValue menu, which, as you know, is a double cheeseburger, maybe chicken McNuggets. You could do a 4-piece nugget, small fries, and a soda for $7. Whoa.
By the way, it should be a little bit cheaper, but sounds delicious. Oh my God. Maybe I'm just hungry. What I do for nuggets, even though 4-piece, child's play. What the fuck
Could
is
you put
that?
down a 20?
You can't do anything less than I was just about to say, you can't do anything less than a 20-piece. Can I put down a 20? I remember there was a time where I used to get a 40. People were getting 40s at the beer at the bodega. I was getting a 40 at Mickey D's. 220s. 220s. That's my 40.
You have old English, I have old Ronald McDonald. We're both getting lit.
I'd keep it in a brown bag too so people wouldn't know. So
that's classic. We have two different 40 definitions. Do you
do.
Okay.
You do. That's my
are you doing barbecue sauce on your nugs?
Okay, I'm
Sweet
so
and
happy you
sour?
asked. I would drink the sweet and sour. Back in the day,
Whoa.
I'd open a pack, I'd drink it. That was the bee's knees.
Sure.
I would do a dunk on one side, Josh, in the barbecue, a dunk on the other side in the sweet and sour, and plop that whole nug in. Okay? One thing that they never got right, their honey mustard. It's not good. It's not as good as it should be.
They had
But their sweet and sour is top.
They once had a hot
notch.
mustard type thing, which was kind of hot mustard is really God. Does it pack a punch?
Hot mustard is great. It takes a mature palate to accept that hot mustard is great. Like you used to, I'm sure, like me, you'd order in Chinese takeout. You get those hot mustard packets. You'd be like, you can miss me on that. Where's the duck sauce? Right? Like, but a mature palate appreciates hot Chinese
Olivia,
mustard.
you know duck sauce?
Duck sauce, of course.
Is that they have that in Ohio?
Oh, yes, absolutely. They have it in Ohio.
West Coast, we just call it sweet and sour.
Mm-hmm. No, they've got it. Yeah.
Are those different sauces? I think the sweet and sour is a little more red.
Yes, the proper duck sauce is not really a thing in West Coast Chinese food.
Interesting.
It's a shame.
By the way, it is, but honestly, I'd probably prefer sweet and sour. Sweet and sour sauces.
Blame Newsom.
Both of them will kill you. Both of those sauces will kill you.
There is a difference. Duck sauce is more of like a plum sauce, so it's used with that base. Whereas sweet and sour is typically made with pineapple juice.
Wow.
Yes.
Yum.
Yeah.
Good to
There's
know.
a slight difference.
Nice. And good for,
Fish.
Anyway, no, they say that about pineapple. Well, did you know the battle to get female Viagra to market and how Grey's Anatomy played a role? Men have had pharmaceutical options for dysfunction for decades. Viagra, Cialis. But a female libido pill has been more elusive. Enter Adyi. While drugs like Viagra work by increasing blood flow, the dark pink pill focuses on brain-based approaches to treat hypoactive sexual desire disorder. That's right. There's a female blue pill now, and it's pink.
Okay. Good for them. They deserve to be horny too.
Now,
Cool.
imagine I'm on row.co and I happen to send the link to my wife. I'm asking Olivia. Are you offended?
Am I offended or am I turning the finger right back around and saying, what are you not doing?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll answer for me a lot. So sorry.
I wonder what would happen. What happens to the man if he takes a pink pill just for fun?
Right, because they used to say that if a woman took the blue pill, it would have like a similarly turning on effect.
I wonder. There's only one way to find out, Josh. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Yasso. Now, folks, I am a sucker for a Yasso pop. I absolutely love their bars. I love their chocolate crunch bars. I love their sandwiches. I love their poppables. So when I heard from my wife that the beautiful, creamy, frozen Greek yogurt company that's actually good for you was launching Spoonables, okay, at around 400 calories and 19 grams of protein, I could not wait to try it. And let me tell you, it lives up to the hype. It is so unbelievably delicious. And my problem with these healthy ice creams, if you've ever had one of these healthy ice creams, then you know they literally give you the shit for days. I'm sorry, if they give you the shit for days, they hurt your stomach. Your stomach, it's no good. This was so perfect. Not only on my stomach, not only on my taste buds, not only on my macros. That's right, Macro King. I'm telling you, these freaking Spoonables are it. And now, folks, through April 30th, Yasso is giving away 40,001 of their new Spoonables. If you head to yasso.com/goodguys and enter, I'm telling you, folks, you got to upgrade your freezer. That's Yasso, yasso.com/goodguys to enter and find full giveaway details, rules, and regulations. Through April 30th, Yasso is giving away 40,001 of their new Spoonables. If you head to yasso.com/goodguys and enter, I'm telling you, folks, you got to upgrade your freezer. That's Yasso, yasso.com/goodguys to enter and find full giveaway details, rules, and regulations. Find new Yasso Spoonables at a grocery store near you. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Quo. Folks, spring is a natural reset point. And if you've been putting off cleaning up the messier parts of your business, now's the time. Streamlining your communications is one of the quickest and easiest upgrades you can make. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo, spelled Q-U-O, the smarter way to run your business communications. Folks, Quo is the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews built for how modern teams work. That's why more than 90,000 businesses, from solo operators to growing teams, rely on Quo to stay connected, professional, and consistently reachable. Quo works wherever you are, right from an app on your phone or computer, and lets you keep your existing number, add new numbers or teammates in minutes, sync your CRM, and rely on seamless routing and call flows as your business scales. Your entire team can handle calls and texts from one shared number. No more missed messages or disconnected conversations. Everyone sees the full thread, making replies faster, and customers feel genuinely cared for. Quo isn't just a phone system, it's a smart system. Quo's AI automatically logs calls, generates summaries, and highlights next steps so nothing gets lost. It can even qualify leads or respond after hours, ensuring your business stays responsive even when you are fully offline. It's easy. Calls, texts, voicemails, transcripts, and contact details all live in one clean view. With full context at your fingertips, your team can communicate faster, stay aligned, and deliver a more personalized experience. Folks, make this the season where no opportunity and no customer slips away. Try Quo for free plus 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/goodguys. That's QUO.com/goodguys. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers.
Let's invite now the future mayor of Los Angeles, Spencer Pratt. Look at it. It's like we're on Charlie Rose before he got canceled. But this is like a political interview right here. Wow.
It's crazy seating. And Spencer, you look fantastic. I'm loving the suit. Let me tell you, I'm living vicariously through you. All I've done is hated every single mayor of New York. And every year I say, I'm going to run for fucking mayor, just like every dipshit. And you, my friend, are actually doing it because there's real problems and you seem to have real solutions. Is now a good time for me to tell you that Karen Bass is a relative?
Karen Basura.
Wow. Wow.
You related to Karen Basura?
For anyone not bilingual, that means Karen Trash.
She's not a relative. No, she's a rat's ass. That's what she is. What are you, nuts? These people? God, we're firing early, Spencer. I'm very excited to have you, though. Congrats on what you're doing. It's really awesome.
You know, it's the best thing I've ever done to channel an elite level of anger that I embody. And it feels so good. Because unlike just complaining and exposing, this has an actual future, which is so empowering.
So Ben and I are built for complaining. And you, my friend, you're leveling up, right? Ben and I, we're happy to complain forever, but we want no power. I don't want to make a decision. But you said, I've had enough of the complaining. It's time to step in. What spurred that for you?
obviously, for people who aren't aware, which would be challenging at this point, because I feel like I'm very outspoken about the leadership in Los Angeles and their negligence causing my house to burn down.
Yes.
And my parents' house to burn down, and all my neighbors' houses to burn down, and allowed 12 people to burn alive while doing so. So that became very emotional for me. And then exposing the negligence and then the cover up, I was like, is somebody going to step in here and try to take this individual's position that she should have resigned on January 7th when she was in Ghana and everything's burning? You call in, you say, oh, you got me. I'm done. I'm resigning. But she didn't. And she decided to continue on this quest of destroying Los Angeles. And I personally would like my children to be able to grow up in LA that I grew up in, a beautiful LA, an LA that had hope and dreams. It was just, I had to. There was no other option. And I look forward to being the mayor of Los Angeles to show everyone how easy it is to make all these changes and fix this corrupt system by being an outsider. The problem with everyone we have in politics, they're all entrenched with these entities and literally billions of dollars that run this whole corruption. And I have no connection to nobody gives me any money. So I have no loyalty to be like, oh, we're going to keep all these NGOs functioning because it's the way things have to be. No. The first week as mayor, the IRS is coming in and we're going to put cases on every single one of these NGOs.
Hell yeah.
Find all the corruption, and LA's not going to be broke anymore because they're going to stop stealing LA's money and profiting off of homelessness, drug addiction, and mental crises. So it's going to be beautiful. Not to mention, I'm going to save all the dogs, which, you know how many dogs are being killed a day in Los Angeles or tortured on the streets of downtown LA? It's truly diabolical. So
I want to click into that. What's happening with the dogs?
It's probably in most cities.
No, it's on a whole nother level in LA because we protect the insane dog torturers, and they can do it because we can't take their dogs from them. So all over Los Angeles right now, every day you can drive around and see dogs being literally tortured, burned up.
Like dog fighting?
Just crazed people with dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, and not to mention, if we go to the shelters, we're also killing the most dogs in the shelters everywhere because of lack of funding or resources, because we're busy taking that money and putting it into NGOs, getting people rich. So, I mean, it's simple things that I know I can do. It's not like, oh, house pets are going to do this. I'm going to stop what they're doing, and it's going to fix so many things, and it's going to be just so beautiful.
Can we start at the beginning, if you're cool with it? Like, because the day that your house was on fire and the fire started, right? You were pretty immediately on Snapchat. You went public with what was going on with you, which was the beginning of all this and so compelling. Was there ever a thought about being so public about it, or you just went right to social media and said, I need to share what's going on? Was there any hesitation at first?
Not really, because I have been filming myself since the iPhone dropped. So it wasn't like I was like, today I'd already started my morning Snapchatting to my Taylor Swift, look what you made me do dance.
Yeah.
And
my birds.
Yeah, my routine has been documenting myself since, for instance, Snapchat went from just one photo you could share to stories. So to me, that's been my lifestyle. And I also didn't think my house was going to burn down. So I was Snapchatting like, oh, there's a fire in the state park, not thinking, oh, this is going to be the end of my life as I know it. So maybe, if I had known the stakes, maybe I wouldn't have been filming, but I thought I was just filming like a fire up in the state park, not that comes down and burns everybody down.
And was it within 3 hours?
Oh, no. So it starts at like 10:25 in the morning, and I leave my house that hasn't started burning down probably by 5 o'clock at night. So, and the wildest part about all this is I'm waiting for the fire department to arrive because I thought I had 6 million gallons of water next door to my house, which I later find out was they emptied that reservoir in June of 2024. So I'm waiting for them to get there, hook up, and truly think, I got so much water going on my house. We're going to be fine. And then when I call the fire department direct, like, oh no, there's no assets available. I'm like, honey, there's no fire trucks coming. And then it got even scarier when I knew my dad was trying to put out the fire over at his house and I couldn't reach him. So I called 911 this time. And the police say, oh, there's no emergency personnel available. I said, excuse me, my father could be injured or dying. This is 911. Oh no, there's nobody going into that area. Think about this. My dad later, thankfully his phone was just dead. He drove out of there. So imagine he did trip and was injured. They would have just let my dad burn alive, which is obviously happened to 12 people in the Palisades. So the idea that we're so confident in our emergency services right now is the main takeaway, because a lot of people don't care that the Palisades burned down. Like, oh, Spencer, he only cares, he fights for the Palisades. And what I try to say is my Palisades is gone. It's not coming back for 20, 30 years. And it's not going to be the Palisades that I'm even fighting for. I'm fighting because our entire city government allowed this to happen. And if there's an earthquake, same thing's going to happen. If there's another fire in the Hollywood Hills,
or
same thing.
In Altadena, which was ravaged by horrible.
Altadena is horrible, but that's more, and people in Altadena get so upset that I don't fight more for that story. But the issue with that is the winds that they talk about actually were in Altadena. The Palisades never had hurricane winds. Altadena did. Not to mention the electric company has taken responsibility for their 100-year-old down wires. So if anyone's fault, it's the power company. And technically it was in Gavin Newsom's state park where the dead brush was that the power lines did hit.
Right.
So whereas the difference between the Palisades and Altadena is the level of city failures that created the 7,000 homes burning down. So it's very different situations, obviously both horrible. And the emergency response in Altadena was also terrible, and period. So there's a lot of issues with both, but the Palisades is a criminal negligence on the mayor, LADWP, and Newsom State Park, period.
And as you're driving out of the Palisades and you see Rick Caruso with his private firefighters protecting McDonald's ice cream, do you go, Rick, set some trucks up, let the rocky road burn?
I actually took Chautauqua, so I didn't see, and I don't think his private firefighters had arrived yet. I think they come later.
Gotcha.
But that's one of my other favorite parts that there's people will literally in the comment section and be like, even if the fire hydrants had water, they would have never been able to put out houses. Go look at the Palisades Village and then look at the entire block behind it. All the Palisades Village that had water with his private tankers, which was like 2 of them, it's not that much, are still standing. Across the street, directly from the crosswalk, that entire block is burned down. So the idea that water doesn't put out fires,
right.
No, the internet's a fascinating place, let me tell you. And it does, actually. So water does put out fires. So we should
And who are they defending? Who are they defending when they say that? They're like, oh, even if there was water there, it wouldn't have mattered. Who are they defending and why?
I would think they'd be defending Mayor Basura, or they'd be defending the LADWP, Janice Quinones, who got $750,000 a year to make sure that water was in the fire hydrants, and she couldn't do that. So maybe they're defending her, or I don't know if they'd be defending the fire department, because I'm pretty sure the fire department knows they need water. That's part of that's why they have hoses on the trucks to connect to the water. It's so
silly. Like on one side it's fire, on the other side in New York it's snow. I don't know if you saw during the first terrible snowstorm, you had Mamdani making sure that the homeless had the right not to go inside and told people, do not get the homeless off the street. They have a right to not be inside. And 27 of them died. And in the same exact vein, you have people saying that he did the right thing. It's like, how can you rationalize to yourself that you did the right thing when 27 people are dead? Who are you defending and why? Why are you? It's the same thing. And I love that you brought up that you're not only fighting for emergency services in Los Angeles, you're waking people up in general to say, hey, you know, this happened here, but negligence can happen in any city. And I think that's the right way to run a campaign, because if you can change the hearts of people that aren't just in your city, then all of a sudden you're really going to galvanize your own.
And then here's how the Palisades fire does affect all Angelinos. Well, guess what? All your LADWP rates are going up. Insurance is now going up. And then when the city loses the lawsuit to the 10,000 victims, that's your tax money that's being paid out. So you can say, oh, I don't care, those rich people burned alive, which I always say, there was maybe 60 rich and famous people that moved to the Palisades when the Village. It was actually generational families in the Palisades. It's mostly senior citizens to these people that are happy the Palisades burned aren't going back to their houses. So you monsters, these are 90-year-olds that, you know, are falling over and can't get up and dying now. So, yeah, it's just, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how things can sort of have this perfect tipping point of falling apart right at the worst moment possible. Can you talk about the insurance part of it and how that was sort of like its own fugazi thing where people couldn't get insured in the first place for homes in the Palisades?
So this is going to be like a history lesson. In the state of California, Gavin Newsom has an elected board, CARB or whatever they're called, these lovely demons. And they care more about plants over people's lives. So they protect this plant I had never heard of.
It's like milk thistle?
Milk vetch.
Milk vetch.
So milk vetch, which...
Worse than milk vetch.
9.5 out of 10.
I was going to say, sounds like Yiddish.
Nobody knows what a milk vetch looks like. This is not some beautiful...
No.
Like, this is nothing to protect.
This
Let's
is
be clear.
not
This is... So they...
Peonies. That's a nice flower.
You know, there's a lot of flowers that I'll let you argue with that we should protect.
Daisy, one of my faves.
Milk vetch does not hit that. So no fire department can clear fire breaks. So for communities to be protected, they need a 300-foot fire break. And why that is it gives the fire department a chance, as they would say, to dig in, to get up there, to do their thing. Not to mention fire retardant, the red stuff the planes drop. If you don't have the fire break, that becomes, if it's there, it's a moat, so that they can drop it in there and it creates a moat where now the fire hits this, you know, red moat, versus if you don't have the fire break, the fire retardant just drops into the plants and goes on different leaves and gets all mixed, and it doesn't have the impact. So the state of California has protected these endangered plants so that now communities have 60 years of dead brush, or you could call it fuel, backed up into their backyards. And the city will fine you if you don't cut your bushes around your own yard to make your own house fire safe, blah, blah, blah. So insurance companies saw this coming, obviously, because they have fire experts that are probably there talking like, oh, everything's going to burn because there's no fire breaks and there's 60 years of dead fuel. So for instance, I had farmers for like 8 years. They dropped us about a year ago, and we got onto California Fair Plan. And it sounds like, oh, that must be sounds like a communist, like California thing. But it's not. It's actually all the insurance companies, private insurance companies, got together and they pool the money together, and then they are supposedly backed. But it's a weird, very fishy thing. They had meetings that nobody's allowed to go to and hear about. And so it's actually more expensive for the coverage and you get less coverage. So we got stuck on California Fair Plan. But a lot of people, senior citizens, again, not rich, famous people, senior citizens were dropped January 1st. The fire was January 7th. There's people that had been paying insurance for 40, 50 years and were dropped and have no insurance. So again, as mayor, how I can change this is I'm going to take my fire department and we're going to go cut 300-foot fire breaks around everyone's communities. So if you're in Tahunga or you're up in the Hollywood Hills, you're in Bel Air or you're in Brentwood, all these places that you're for sure going to burn out if Spencer Pratt does not become mayor. And I say that and I keep warning people, do you know there's actually less firefighters after Palisades fire than there were before? There's 45 less firefighters after.
Why is that?
Mayor Karen Basura. Because all of the money that should be going to LAPD, LAFD is going to the homeless industrial complex. Billions of dollars. So once I go in and I unplug all that, nobody's going to be making money off of homeless people, mental crisis, and drug addicts. And you're not allowed to break the law on the streets anymore. No more encampments. Not how Karen Basura clears an encampment where she lets them go down the block and she does a little IG video. Just did this, right? No. Encampments are illegal. You cannot sleep and poop and pee and do fentanyl on our sidewalks that we pay taxes for. So if you continue to get cited with tickets, you will eventually end up locked up. And that's a fact. And if you have a drug problem, we're going to treat your drug problem where you can't go back on the street and do more drugs and then go back in treatment. We're going to get you sober so that you can actually get back into the real world. We're not going to just have a revolving door, $750,000 bed that you can go in and out of and say, oh, we're housing them for the night as they go back on the block and do fentanyl and then go back if they want. You know, Karen Basura, when she ran for mayor, she said she was going to remove 15,000 people from the streets of LA, homeless people. Do you know how many she's removed? Just last year, she removed
15,000, I bet.
Yeah, no. She actually only removed 1,300 last year into graves.
Wow.
Yeah, they're dead.
Now, what if you're a drug addict, but you're sober 18 years? Because I could use a rest. You know, can I get a bed? I got to get away from my family for like 24 hours. I'm overwhelmed. I'm exhausted.
There's a hotel that they have right now
but
in Venice.
It's
a LA homeless hotel right now. Wow. I think it's $750,000 a bed right in Venice. And they have 33 people.
3 hots and a cot, baby.
So no, these are nice.
I keep trying to check into the Salvation Army, but they're like, checking, it's not until later. Sorry, Ben, what were you going to say?
It's just so interesting. There's no better price per square foot than when developers are developing homeless shelters. Like, it's the same exact thing in the city. The guy who makes the homeless shelter has a guaranteed tenant for life at price per square feet that do not match the fact that it's a homeless shelter. You're saying $750,000 a bed. I don't remember exactly what it is in New York. I just know that you are renting out. Again, it's a bed and you're charging as if it's an apartment and the city is paying it. And this idea that this is the only way that it can happen, you're pointing out things that are wrong with every city. There has to be corruption. I don't know if it goes down to the construction workers or the companies or the developers or the politicians. I don't know where the corruption starts and stops. I just know that paying that amount of money for a single bed that is the same as an apartment next door when you are a guaranteed tenant for life is corruption.
Yeah. And as mayor of Los Angeles, every taxpayer dollar, we're going to have full accountability. Every dollar will be audited, full transparency. We're going to know if this place has toilet paper, we're going to know how much toilet paper they're using. We're going to look, wow, they're going number 2 that much in that building. That's above average for how much number 2 should be going on. That's how detailed we're going to be. And that's what all of LA should want for their tax money. Not just, here's all our money, do whatever you want with it, and then let's have no sidewalks. You know, it takes 10 years in Los Angeles to repair a sidewalk. 10 years in Los Angeles.
Wow. My friend Stevie
Mack
got
LaGuardia? It's the same thing.
My friend Stevie got a blowout on his tire and LA paid for it. on a pothole.
If you can reach them.
Yeah.
How many, let's ask Stevie how many times he called to get that replaced.
I don't know.
I would
Stevie
be
likes a nice little corner cut.
Yes.
Oh.
Stevie did a lot to get
You
that.
don't become Stevie Mac without figuring out a couple angles.
That's, but back to potholes. They haven't repaved a street in over a year.
Wow.
It's mind-boggling. So when people say, "Oh, why would somebody vote for Spencer Pratt for mayor?" Go drive around the city. You will guarantee get 4 more years of exactly that and worse. I go in and I'm stopping all of this. It's that easy. They will continue it and I'm stopping it. It's done. No more corruption. No more fraud.
Now, we originally thought that Karen Bass should do like a collab with Bass Pro Shop, right? Karen Bass Pro Shop. Maybe they fund her, because the great outdoor shop of America and Karen Bass, synonymous. What do you think? What is there, what, who are we going to enlist, right? And is there room in the cabinet for Brody Jenner?
Well, Karen Bass doesn't need the Bass Shop because she has Cuba. She has the communists. So
Cuba funding Karen Bass?
That's her backstory. That's why she actually didn't get, Biden almost had her be a potential vice president. And then they looked at her history and she may be a Cuban spy. Karen Bass spent every summer in Cuba working
you guys are meant for each other.
Working with the Vanessa Romas Brigade, which is truly, we could say, a terrorist organization.
I'm voting for Spencer. Josh, I'm voting for him. I can't vote for him. I'm voting for him. I have a question. What you described, and this is a tough question because I don't know the answer here. You described that we are going to see every single dollar that goes in and out. The current administration tried to do that with a little thing called Doge. And I don't know what the fuck happened with Doge. It seemed like we were off to a hot start. We were talking about all these random things that people were spending money on, and then I never heard of it again. How do you, if the Trump administration can't do something like that when he was really passionate about it, because it sounds amazing. You get to see exactly where every dollar goes. Why do we think he stopped doing it? And how are you going to do it?
Yeah, I can't speak on Trump and national politics. What I do know is the current city controller in Los Angeles started doing this and auditing and posting all this information. And what did Karen Basura do? She tried to take away the city controller's position, and they went to the city charter, tried to literally take away this guy's office. So he's doing it. So as mayor, the city controller won't be having any issues auditing the city. So I don't know what went wrong on a national level, but the city can definitely tell you where all the money they're spending is going. That's a fact.
So if you win the election, when you win,
yes,
within a week, he had Mamdani to the White House, right? If he doesn't have Pratt to the White House within a week, do you go, Donnie T? Not cool. I'm mayoring here. I want to come too. I want to, rub elbows, shake hands.
Yeah, I don't think I need to go to the White House because I know what I need to do in LA. I need to clear the streets. So week 1, I'm not going to be in Washington. I'm going to be on the streets of LA, getting rid of all the encampments, returning public safety, making sure that women with their little dogs can walk on the sidewalk and not fear getting attacked and punched in the face by a crazed lunatic. Because that's the most common thing that people come up to me and they say, I just want to walk my little dog on the sidewalk. So there's nothing I need. He needs to figure out money, Mondami. That's, I think, why he went. We have our money. I know where it is. So I don't need to leave the state. I need to just go clean the streets, because as soon as I have the streets shining, washed off, and everyone sees that, people right away are going to feel the hope that my future is bringing LA. So I can't be leaving week 1. Maybe I'll go, and after 4 years as just like celebrate, there'll be a new president in office, but I'll go and maybe get an award, like a Freedom Award.
Hopefully,
like this.
Hopefully runs for a 3rd term.
Yeah. It's a hot take.
Josh, stop cosplaying. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Mizzen in Maine. Folks, long gone are the days where we have to look good and compromise, not feeling good. Okay, you heard that right. Long gone are the days where we have to look good but not feel good. All I wear is stretchy pants, okay? You wouldn't know it unless you're pulling at my waistline. And if you are, what are you, nuts? You wouldn't know that my shirts have some extra stretch in them. We deserve stretch, folks, okay? No longer are we going to have to decide between looking polished or feeling comfortable, because Mizzen and Main is on a mission to make us more comfortable while still looking good. These are the clothes you actually can't wait to keep on, from a full day on the job to after work plans. Folks, Mizzen and Main makes classic menswear with performance fabrics, so you can look sharp and feel great all day long. No compromises. Mizzen and Main actually invented the performance fabric dress shirt over 10 years ago, and since then they've perfected it with modern fabrics. Their shirts and pants look refined, yet they're stretchy, lightweight, moisture-wicking, wrinkle-resistant, and completely machine-washable. No ironing or dry cleaning needed. When you put on their clothes, you feel the difference instantly. You can wear their clothes literally anywhere. We're talking the office, gym, yard work, barbecues, anything where you want to look good but feel even better. These are the clothes you can't wait to keep on, each inspired by a classic, but built for the modern world. Folks, right now, Mizzen & Main is offering our listeners 20% off your first purchase at mizzenandmain.com, promo code GoodGuys20. That's Mizzen, spelled M-I-Z-Z-E-N, and Main, M-A-I-N.com, promo code GoodGuys20 for 20% off. mizzenandmain.com, promo code GoodGuys20. And if you'd rather shop in person, you can find a Mizzen & Main store in select states. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Shopify. Folks, 2026 is your year. 2026 is our year. Spring has sprung. It's April. It should be, by the way, everybody's saying it's record highs, that it's warm. Where are you living? It's freaking freezing in New York. It doesn't even make any sense. April's supposed to be warm. I digress. Folks, while you're home, cold, okay, because you don't want to leave the house, you should be starting your own business. You should be taking that idea that's just been sitting in your head, maybe even telling people about that idea, and do something about it. Start becoming a doer, not just an idea guy or an idea girl, a doer. And Shopify's never made it easier for you to be a doer. I don't know, maybe you have an idea that you want to launch a water company. So you're going to go to shopify.com/goodguys. You're going to register a URL. You're going to put up a landing page. You're going to test and learn. You're going to send it to some friends, and you're going to gauge interest, okay? Maybe even sell some products. I'm telling you, folks, it's never been easier, but we need to stop with this, oh, I have a great idea. No, you don't, okay? Ideas, they don't count for anything, okay? We need to be doers, okay? So if you're ready to take the next step in your life, whether it's the sweetest merch you've ever seen, okay, the water company, a novel you spent years writing, or maybe something a little bit lighter, go to shopify.com/goodguys and make it happen. It doesn't matter where you're at in your entrepreneurial journey. Shopify is there to make your life and selling journey easier. I'm telling you, folks, we use Shopify for Spritz Society. It's amazing. It makes everything so easy. So many beautiful AI tools. I'm telling you, Shopify is it. Shopify.com/goodguys. Stop saying one day and start saying today. Yeah, that's right. That was powerful. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Granola. Folks, have you ever left a meeting thinking that was productive, and then 10 minutes later you're pinging someone like, wait, what are we doing? Or worse, you've been heads down the entire meeting furiously typing notes instead of actually listening, and now your camera's off, your brain's fried, meetings are a mess, and Granola, folks, fixes that. Granola is an AI-powered notepad built for the way real people actually meet. Here's how it works. You take rough notes like you normally would, and in the background, Granola securely transcribes the meeting. Then it turns everything into clean, structured, actually useful notes when the meeting ends. And the best part, Granola works throughout your device's audio, which means it integrates seamlessly into the video conferencing tools you already use. No setup, no awkward bots. It's just your normal meeting with superpowers. You get to actually listen instead of frantically typing every word and still walk away knowing exactly what was decided, who's doing what, and what comes next. Folks, do you know how often I will finish a meeting and say, hey, do you mind sending me notes? I know they use Granola. It's way too perfectly formatted. You didn't write that yourself, okay? You use Granola. And everybody should be using Granola because it's fantastic. AI-powered tools so that we don't have to take notes. We're in the future. Let's use it. If meetings or eating up your day, granola is a no-brainer. You can try it totally for free for 3 months. Just head to granola.ai/goodguys. That's granola, granola.ai/goodguys to get your time back. Get 3 months free at granola.ai/goodguys.
Now, obviously, you have a beautiful family. I don't know as far as Mayoral goes, but does your wonderful wife, Heidi, does she have to be the first lady? Is that a role that she's ready to inhabit?
You know, as mayor, I want to get us away from political influencers where, you know, the Newsom as the first partner and the first partner office. Nobody wants that. They just want clean streets. They don't want their tax money being wasted. You know, I don't want it to be where the content is what it is now, where it's just these performative, look at me cutting this stupid scam thing. So no, Heidi won't be part of the political office and be part. She'll do her thing, do the pop music, but we're not going to turn this into, you know.
Well, I give you a lot of, not to get away from the political stuff, but I think Ben and I both give you so much credit for being like the most supportive husband, for being such a fan of your wife, which I think is so cool and refreshing and definitely something that you don't always see enough of.
And a marketing genius. The way that you blew up that song, it was amazing to watch.
Well, thankfully, the song had already blown up in China. I was just helping America get to the Chinese level. Cut that. Whoa. You know, I'm bringing freedom to China I'll do it though.
Yeah, sure.
So, you know,
fair.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them the secret. Thankfully, they can't watch this podcast.
But hello to any of our followers on a VPN right now.
Yes, no, Heidi is amazing. And if I wouldn't hype Heidi up if she wasn't the most incredible mother and wife. So people are always like, oh, what's your advice to a perfect marriage? I'm like, marry somebody that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll help, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good starter.
Man, what a love story for the ages, huh, Ben? I mean, how long? 15 years? 20?
20-ish.
Wow. Unreal. And what do we think? All right, so we know on day one what we're going to do. Here's the one thing that me as a father of 3 kids and Angelino for life, I love this fucking city. Everybody complains about the schools. And I think that's hard because public schools in LA is gigantic because they're a bigger city in the country.
We're the second
county.
We're the second biggest city in the nation.
In the nation compared, who's bigger?
I would guess New York.
Well, I guess LA City, right? But you're the mayor of LA City, right?
Yeah,
you're
correct.
not the mayor
Not
of a county.
Correct.
Oh, bro, I don't even know if I'm going to get the vote.
Well, no, you can't. If you're not LA City, you can't.
It's all right. I got
you
a lot of
friends.
influence.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have our ways. They don't ask for ID. Josh was downtown.
We want registered LA City voters. Okay, let's be clear here.
Okay, registered LA City. But
the mayor can't do LAUSD. So I can be on the sideline and chirping with the fancy suit office.
You can't.
They have their own.
Thing?
They have their own whole
for the county.
No, for the school system. The mayor doesn't do LAUSD. At the end of the day, the LA mayor is technically soft power. Mm-hmm. There's certain other mayors in other cities that have hard power.
That's what my wife says when her and I lay in bed at night. Soft power.
Okay, so soft power. I was going to ask, what's the most crazy or fun, I guess it could be fun, thing that you could do as mayor? What could you do? Even if it's outlandish, what do you have the power to do?
Well, what I'm going to do as mayor, which no other mayor would do, is I'm actually going to take some of the mayor's power and give it back to the LAPD, give it back to the fire department. Right now, the fire department's chief is a puppet of the mayor. It can help with cover-ups. It can do whatever the mayor asks because the mayor hires and fires the fire chief. Mm-hmm. When I'm mayor, that power is going back to the fire department. No longer will the mayor get to control the chief of the fire department or the chief of LAPD. These positions should feel that they have their power to make the choices for Angelenos, not choices for the mayor and how the mayor looks. So actually, I'm going to make the mayor's power even softer.
Wow.
Yeah.
A man of the people.
Go
Man
soft
of the
with
people.
Pratt, you know?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. No, that's the one.
Pratt makes you soft.
We are
That's
not
good.
going to get their slogan on this podcast.
I don't
know.
Think practical. So
That is the best one. Yeah.
let's prepare. Okay, so when are the debates and how are we going to debate prep? And then when's the election? I should know this.
So the debate against Basura is May 5th
And you
on
are-
NBC.
And you will debate.
Every day till.
No, I know you will. Do you have to have any usually for the New York mayoral race, right? Like you have to hit at certain levels of qualify.
I'm this in polling right now. I'm this behind Mayor Basura. I'm number 2.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, she's 19%. I'm 10. And for an incumbent to be 19%, I'm winning this.
I'm plotting.
And there's 50%. There's 50% of undecided voters. Those are my voters. They're not undecided.
Sure.
They know. They just don't want to talk to the random polling person. They're like,
Yeah.
that's a real voter. They are not caring about it, so they go and they hang up.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% winning. Whether I win on June 2nd with 51% of the vote, which that's God's will, it could possibly happen. If not, and God wants me to drag Basura through the gutter for more months leading up to her loss, then I will be winning November.
Wait, why? What's the difference between June
So the
and
the top 2 people from the June 2nd date go to November.
I see.
But in LA, if you have 51% on June 2nd, you win outright.
I see.
So I believe there's enough people just in the valley alone that I will
Where I'm
win.
from.
Oh, the
That's
valley.
not-
If I go in the valley
Shout out
right now,
NoHo.
it's like,
Oh, bro.
no, I'm telling you.
I got
valley.
I got a bunch of Armenians who
Oh,
will campaign for you
Persians.
today.
every single Jewish mother's
Hovik,
coming up to me crying.
Grigor,
Oh,
Kostya.
the problem is Glendale.
Vahe.
The problem is Glendale is not part of LA City, and
Oh,
that
these-
is where all of my Armenian family is in Glendale. So there's some out,
people.
we got some Tarzana, but so I think I win June 2nd. That's what I'm feeling.
And
I'm feeling.
who's your David Axelrod? Do you have like a campaign manager? Are you going to have someone play Karen Bass when you're doing debate prep?
I've been having my 8-year-old son. He's as qualified
Wow.
as
Okay.
Karen Basura.
Wow,
So,
shots.
Burn.
so Gunner has actually been playing Basura, and he stands in a trash can while doing it.
Wow, okay.
You know? So it's got me sharp.
So you're ready. You're ready for
And-
the debate.
I was ready as my house was burning down 14 months ago. You can't, when somebody has a track record that is only failures, and then all they can do is do performative lies where the stats don't create truth, it's going to be a very hard to debate, which I know they're confident because they think, oh, he's a reality star. You know, I was a long time ago, and now I'm just an Angelino.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe we need a little reality. Right? A reality check.
Big reality
Another
check.
slogan.
There's
Are
the
you
slogan.
kidding
me?
Yeah, we'll own it.
It's going to be a pretacular. Wait, Ben, what were you going to say?
I don't know. Do we take this in even more serious? You said the Jewish mothers are coming up to you nonstop. Like, what do you have to say to your Jewish voters in Los Angeles with anti-Semitism at an all-time high? Like, talk to them. We have a ton of Jews. We have a ton of everybody, but a lot of Jews listen to this podcast, specifically Los Angeles Jews.
Well, what I said to all these mothers that come to me crying on the sidewalk, hiding their Star of David necklace, that's how real it is in the streets of LA. I say, they go, well, what are you going to do for us? And I say the same thing. You will feel safe in LA when I'm mayor, whether it's anti-Semitism or to walk your little dog. No one is not going to feel safe on streets in LA. It's bottom line.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your religion is. You will feel safe in LA.
We're running on
Period.
safety. This is good.
And what about,
Very,
are the
very
hummingbirds
practical.
going to have any effect?
Well, it's my logo.
Yeah.
See it?
Sick.
So, you know how Katniss had her thing.
Yeah.
I got the hummingbird.
Yeah, a mayoral hummingbird, maybe like an official LA. I don't know. I like it. I like the hummingbirds.
I love it. We have a bald eagle. LA has a hummingbird. It's good.
That's perfect, right? Because LA, like people, we're small, but we're mighty.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Yeah. And everyone's on Adderall. Okay. Anything else, Ben?
No, I mean, anything else you want to plug? I guess we're plugging
Give
voting.
us a plug.
We're plugging
This
watching.
Is huge.
This is like pay-per-view. It should be pay-per-view, the debate. You can make so much money.
I know. I mean, I will say this, Spencer, I give you a lot of credit. I don't know if you remember, but we met each other at Monster Jam.
Which is in 2 weeks again.
You gonna go?
I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. Yeah. I sure will. I'll be sitting next to the future mayor. And you brought your beautiful family and we were chatting. And I think I was a little blind in saying this because I went up to you and because you had turned this tragic thing into this amazing moment, right? And supporting your wife and her music and you guys being put back into the spotlight in such a big way and so beloved by the world watching this. And I kind of went up and I was like, dude, congratulations on all the success and everything. And you kind of looked at me and said, yeah, but I still don't have a house. Like my parents still lost their house. And it reminded me of how difficult and tragic that was. And so seeing you now saying like, I'm going to take all of this goodwill that transpired from this tragic event and try to inspire some real change, I give you a lot of credit. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think what people don't realize is how real this is for me. And that's the difference between me and these other politicians. I'm doing this because I lived city failure and I don't want anyone to go through what my friends and family went through at any part of Los Angeles. And I know from living it how serious I will take these changes that need to happen. And I think that's how I keep looking at the whole situation as like a God's plan thing. I'm like, if God wanted somebody to really come in and make real change in Los Angeles, he burned Spencer Pratt's house down. And if you really want him mad, you burn my parents' house down and have me listening to my crying mom every day to motivate me to go out and make change. And that's what these people do this for jobs. I don't want to be a politician after I go make these changes for LA and not changes for 4 years, for 40 years. So future mayors come in and like, oh, this guy Spencer Pratt, why would we touch anything he did? The city is functioning phenomenally. Everyone's happy. That's my goal. I don't want to go do this as a job like these people do. I want to go back to feeding hummingbirds and being with my family. But first, side quest mission, save LA.
Wow. Vote for Spencer Pratt. This is unbelievable.
It's the practical solution.
We can leave with that one.
That's hot.
We can
listen. I'm trying to get I'm trying to build an ADU on my property. I'm trying to get the plans approved. Maybe you get in.
Well, it won't be just
Josh
you.
It
won't be just Josh. The problem with all of LA is our permitting system. And we need to come in. We have everyone loves AI. Where can we use AI to speed up the current system? Because if fire victims who the idea is get them back in their house as fast as possible. If in 14 months, there's less than 14 houses being almost done from being rebuilt, what does the rest of the city take? Does that mean it takes 3 years to build Joshy Poo's ADU? It's unacceptable. So we need to figure out how to speed up permits across the board. And we need to stop taxing everyone with all these, as many taxes I can get away from building and zone all this.
Yes.
So that we have more building. That's the plan. Not tax, stall. We have less things getting built in the last year than, I think it's like 55% less than the past. Like it's the craziest number. When I grew up, you drove around, you'd see cranes everywhere. You can't even see a crane. You have to go to a museum to go see a crane now. It's like Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Like,
can we bring back smoking in restaurants?
That's a no. You're gonna have to know.
That's
no
hot.
Smoking. No.
Can you imagine you're at Craig's ripping a dart, eating a chicken parmesan?
Could the mayor do that though, or no?
Do you know that 100 restaurants or more have gone out of business in LA City within the last year? Over 100.
Let me answer your question with another question. Have you ever smoked a Parliament in a Chili's?
I'm not a smoker, so I can say I've never smoked
Agree to
a
disagree.
cigarette anywhere. So, but
Dude, you're the man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Make sure
Thank
you
you.
register
Thank you.
to vote.
Yes.
That's the big thing. People think you're not registered. And when you do, it takes 2 seconds. Just go search how to register to vote. Right? And then you do that. And when your ballot arrives May 4th, you fill it out, Spencer Pratt. There'll be no letter next to my name because it's a nonpartisan race.
Love that.
This is not Democrat, Republican. It's Save LA is my party. Okay. Angelino's party. So you're going to write in Spencer Pratt, click the little box, and you put it in the mail. You go stick it in the mail. Don't wait till June 2nd. We win on June 2nd because we already sent in 500,000 ballots.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All
My
right.
man. Thanks, dude. That was awesome.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank
Great to
you.
see you.
Great
That
to
was
see
fun.
you.
Oh, wow. Unreal. Practical thinking.
Unreal. Josh was sweating. Josh was in there. He's like, am I being caught up in a conspiracy? Josh was sweating, but let me tell you, he was great. If I could vote in the local Los Angeles election, I would vote for Spencer Pratt. There's nothing there that he said that I considered a red flag. Regular guy who is fucked by the city that he loves. And so he wants to fix it for the people. His house burned down. His family's houses burned down. He got to the root cause of why and sees negligence and wants to change it. Like, I don't know what's a more compelling reason to run for mayor. He's not saying I want to run for president or I want to run for governor. He's talking local office because the local officer in charge and the people surrounding her didn't do right by him. And I'm not going to lie, it's a very compelling story. And I think he could win. I don't know if there's any money behind him. I don't know if people have donated to his campaign. You asked him if he is a campaign manager. I don't know if he answered that question. Like, it's very grassroots right now. But I think that somebody should really put a little money behind him and blow this thing up. You never know.
Then should we get to Moron mail?
We should. We should, Josh.
Moron Mail.
Let's remember, SpeakPipe,
Done.
dead. Now it is goodguyspodcast1@gmail.com. You are going to email us, and we are going to read aloud just some wonderful Moron mail. It's gotten so much better. Folks, hey guys, one of my friends has started bringing snacks to restaurants. What are you, nuts? Not subtle snacks either. Full Ziploc bags, almonds, pretzels, one time even grapes. He'll order a drink and then just casually start eating his own food at the table like it's completely normal. One time the waiter actually told him no outside food and I wanted to disappear. What am I supposed to do? Oh my God. Never go to a meal ever again with that person? Like that's awful.
Simply unacceptable. Sorry.
It's simply unacceptable. Honestly, there's nothing more to say about it. We'll go on to the next one.
And you know what else I don't like? I don't like, it's not uncommon for people to have like a drink when they're walking into a restaurant. Like, oh, got a latte and now we're stopping for lunch or whatever. Throw that latte away before you walk into the restaurant. Don't put another drink on someone else's table, ever.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. Back when my dad had that cafe at the JCC in the city, he would always tell me people are coming into the cafe with their own food, sitting down and opening their laptop. He pays rent.
It's nuts.
Like, what do you think is happening here? Like, it like blows my mind. Like, go and get a $4 coffee. And then you've rented the table for 2 hours. It's the cheapest table rental ever. But for you to walk into a space that somebody else owns and pays for with your own food is like, it's terrible.
Terrible.
So weird. All right, Josh. Hey, guys. The other night, I opened my door to take the trash out and caught my neighbor completely naked in the hallway. Not shirtless, not underwear, fully naked, holding a trash bag. The second he saw me, he panicked and scurried back into his apartment. Clearly, he was trying to take the trash out naked without anybody noticing. Oh my God, Josh, I do this.
I know. I had a feeling you do.
Not completely naked. That's insane. Like, why are you completely naked? But I will scurry outside in my underwear, throw away my trash, and run back in. I'm sure that other people can relate to doing that too. If you live in an apartment building, there's shared trash. Yeah. There's a trash chute in a shared apartment building. Completely naked? That's sick. He should be thrown out of the building.
I would do that in a t-shirt and just like a pair of black Calvin Kleins, like boxer briefs. But I would assume you're okay with this, but like my wife would, I would maybe be okay with it 10% of the time, but my wife's like, no, this is never okay, never once. It's like, if in the morning someone comes over or, we have someone who helps watch Meyer during the day or her parents or whatever, like there is no world in which someone should be in their underwear in front of company in any respect. Whereas like 9 out of 10 times I'd agree, but like here or there, I might be like, they came so early. But she'd be like, no, no underwear will be worn in front of company ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 1,000% with you. I totally understand her. That is Claudia to a T. And by the way, Josh, they're right.
Yeah.
Without question, they're right. Nobody should see me in my underwear but my wife. That said, everybody does and everybody will because I don't care, okay? I don't care. I'm saying this publicly. I don't care. I also want you to know that it's not a sign of disrespect. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm so comfortable with you, so comfortable, that I'm sitting here in my underwear. And let me tell you, my underwear, it's different. If you're wearing tighty whities, first of all, throw them away, okay? Throw them away. If you're wearing black boxer briefs, Josh, and they're not so tight, they're like a little loose. I wear beautiful Gildans now. I have to tell you, I don't know if you've tried Gildan. I used to be a Calvin Klein guy. They're great, for sure. The cotton brief. Gildan makes an incredible pair, significantly cheaper on Amazon. I'm just saying I've been wearing them for a while. They're great. Plenty of room to tuck. You know how I do. To tuck, pull them up a little bit higher. Josh, I'm sitting in my underwear because I'm comfortable. That's it.
You got to stop.
I said the same thing to the nurses at the hospital.
That was
I'm
unacceptable.
Sitting in my underwear here.
It's so unacceptable.
Okay, I think I should stop.
Yeah, you can't. And I wear Skims. Shout out Skims. But
I'm too old. I should stop. Right?
Yeah, 100%. We can't do it. It's never acceptable anywhere, and it's not enough. It's whenever I see someone in their underwear, whether I like it or not, and I swear I love women, no matter what the internet or my Grindr account says. If anyone around a man is in their underwear around me, like I'm like my eyes are going to drift for a second and you can always see the outline, always. And no one should have to see that.
Totally. Unless there's no outline to see.
Yeah. And then I go microphallus, elevator button, ground floor. Should we get to what are you nuts?
Our what are you nuts moment of the week, our gripes with people, places, and things, both big and tall, whatever's sticking in your craw. Josh, you got one?
Yeah, I always have one because it's a segment of the show. Okay, I have one for, you're going to find this, with the great Ruby and God willing, all the beautiful kids to come when they enter school and sports and all these things, I really have a lot of understanding and compassion for kids and parents of kids who have like behavioral problems. And every kid is different. Some kids have issues. No kid is perfect. Everyone is fighting their own personal battles. But some kids are going through something more public. So you'll find that your kid's on a sports team. They're in a club at school. They're in a theater, kids group, whatever. And inevitably, there will be a kid who acts out, right? But here's the thing. If you are the parent of that kid and you guys have made a plan, you have a strategy that you've made with your wife and professionals or whatever, be like, we're going to, we're not going to completely try to hover over them. We're not going to correct everything. We're going to kind of like be a little bit hands off. You got to get the other parents on the same page. Because all I'm doing is watching your kid wild out. And then I'm looking at you and judging you for not saying anything. And I know this kid needs some special attention and like love and care. And I'm down to clown, but tell me that. Like, let's all get on the same page to best serve your kid. But if you keep us all in the dark, all we think is that you have a kid who's really misbehaved and a parent who lets it go. What are you, nuts?
What are you, nuts? No good, Josh. Absolutely no good. Mine is also about children. And I ask you how we solve this problem, Josh, because I don't think that there's a good solution. But it's, what are you, nuts that you're not telling other parents that your kid is sick? Like, kids get sick all the time. It just would be really awesome to know that your kid had 101 fever last night and is really sick. It would be really nice to know that before he's near my child. It would be really nice. I'm not saying that people got to do what they got to do. I'm not saying that you have to keep him home. You got to go to work, so you send him to school. You got to go to work, so you send him to class or to daycare or whatever it is. But in a optional play date capacity, right? Optional. I think it would be nice to give a heads up. That way, okay, I'm not saying that we can't watch your child too, but perhaps we keep distance. Perhaps we don't let hands touch hands, or I don't know. I just think it's kind of what are you, nuts? And again, I'm not saying, I totally understand. Life goes on. You can't keep people in the house just because they're sick. Life goes on. But you could warn someone. Little warning. What are you, nuts?
Yeah, I think the optional play date is valid. And then I think as you have more and more kids, it's just going to get so hard. I'm sure it's so darn hard. And then if you do agree to let them hang out, but keeping them from touching each other is impossible. Like keeping them distant.
Totally.
But I hear you. I think it's valid.
I think it's different when the child can't walk. Like Ruby doesn't have the option, for example. Like, you're the only one who can walk and come up to him. So if you're sick, stay away.
Sure.
Like, I'm sure it's the same thing with Meyer. Like, you do your best. Of course, things happen, whatever. Kids are going to get sick and then they're going to get better again. And they're going to build strong immune systems because they were sick, all this stuff. I'm just saying it would be nice to know.
And before we say goodbye, I'm on a show, which I'm really bad at doing any self-promotion. I'm on a show called Cross on Amazon right now.
Ooh.
I'm in it. I'm on a show, guys. I'm not just a podcaster. I'm a reoccurring guest star too. So treat me different.
Yeah, let's freaking go. You're also, I'm just saying, Spencer needs a VP. You're right there. I mean, It's pretty sweet. Who's going to be his VP?
Brody Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a duo Pratt and Jenner would be. Caitlyn, for sure.
Caitlyn would be amazing because I feel like her politics kind of mirror his.
Align. What a freaking ticket.
That's
Are
hot.
you kidding me? Pratt Jenner?
Yeah.
Wow. Folks, this episode's 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you freaking nuts?
Generational.
Stop smoking.
Generational.
Generational practicality.
We did it. Vote now, guys.
Vote now or don't. I mean, whatever. But I think you should. Like,
I'm not.
If you're there, it seems logical, but I don't know. Whatever you want to do. 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you, nuts? Mondays and Thursdays, we're not reading any reviews anymore because Josh doesn't like it. So screw you. Not you, Josh, the people. No, I shouldn't say that. We'll see you next time.
Bye.